I knew that I was going through something, but I know this isn't how I usually am. So I was willing to listen to what she had to say, and I did talk to my parents. Yeah, so I told my mom, and yeah, I think after that it was. I wouldn't say things got better after that, but that was at least the start of things getting better.
So, what kind of conversations then would you have with your dad or your mom? You know, since your dad was there almost for every session.
So most of our conversations were held in the car. We would talk about training, and then he'll ask how's my day at school, and little things like I used to talk about anything like cars, planes, life in general, whether there's any girl that I'm looking at. So yeah, he's like a best friend to me. At every practice he would be there. So when I was training in Chinese swimming club, he would fetch me to training in the morning, and then he'll fetch me to school, and then I'll have my school, come home, and then my mom, who is not working, she would be the chauffeur in a sense. So she'll fetch me to the club to train again, and then my dad will come. We'll go to Chinese swimming club to watch me swim, and then we'll go back together.
And you say your dad would come for every training session in the evening?
Every session he will be there.
Every session
to watch me,
including the morning as well as the evening session.
Yeah. So he will wake up early to fetch us, and then he will come in the evening to fetch us again.
In terms of all aspects of my life, I mean, they drive me around. They bring me for training. They prepare food for me. They support me at every competition. They will take leave to go and support me at competition. So that is the level of sacrifice and support they have shown throughout my years all the way. I remember going out of the stadium and then feeling terrible because I was training so hard despite my schedule, and it felt like everything I'd done over the past 8 months at that point, or 6 months at that point, just down the drain.
When you say terrible, how terrible was terrible?
I burst out crying. Yeah, first time I had cried in many years. Burst out crying. My parents found me. I told them, I don't recall, but my dad told me that I said I wanted to quit. And I was like, it's like, all this was for nothing. I wanted to quit. What's the point of even training? Yeah. So I was really emotional then. My dad was like, I mean, go and sleep, right? Think about it, go and sleep. Don't worry about it, you know. You did your best. And I did my best. It was tough. Yeah.
So my parents, needless to say, they really helped me. They were very encouraging, and if there are any of my games, they'll definitely be there. Don't count COVID because sometimes they will restrict the supporters. But yeah, so all my teammates will definitely recognize my parents because they're always there and always supporting me. And after my game, they can also give me tips on how to improve. So that's really helpful as well. And I guess it also helps because my parents are quite involved in my club team as well. So actually my dad, he's actually one of the team managers for my club as well. Yeah, because my coach asked him to help out and he was like, sure. Yeah, so I guess it helps that he knows what's going on, and then so when I tell him about all these kinds of things, he knows how I feel, and then he'll advise me on like, what to do and how to cope with all these kinds of challenges.
I would say that my parents are quite supportive of me because they give me they understand that I'm busy with my schedule, and they don't force me into like family time, you know. I would say financially, because they assure me that as long as I want to go for any overseas trips, they will kind of sponsor me. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not so tough. They will share their thoughts, but at the end of the day, most of the time they leave it to me to make the decision. Because I think this is something they believe it's my own life at the end of the day, and they may not be around all the time to say, hey, you should go here or there, but rather choose the path that you like. So that's the reason why I was able to switch from sailing to windsurfing, or even starting off with sailing at the start.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm very grateful for that.
I never felt any pressure from them, because the idea that they told me, and my dad especially always reminds me, he being at Ashley, he said, just do your best. We cannot ask for anything more. Right. If as long as you do your best, that's all we are looking for, and we'll be happy while the result comes. And that has stuck with me through my past 14, 15 years as an athlete.
I guess it's family support, lastly. Yeah, I think it's knowing that you can do what you want and not having to worry back home. That's a big difference. Whereas I think for someone who knows that their parents aren't supportive of what they do, it brings a big toll mentally, because it's like a small seed of thing growing to your mind and keep thinking about it. But having that one thing off, it helps a lot.
And of course, my parents encourage me to, tell me you can do both, right? But make sure you don't neglect your studies for your sport. And they were very encouraging to let me train as much as I wanted, and supported me during competitions.
Okay.
And also, they were the ones who told me, study ahead of time so that you don't struggle after your competition.
Even my parents talked about it to me, like they will mention some people can do sports but cannot study. Then they will just encourage me, you just try to balance your sports and studies, and don't think about what others think about you. You just do you. And from there, I took their advice. I made sure that I will do everything to the best of my ability, what I can do, and it's been going pretty well so far.